It's not that great. I don't think, like, because if Tiny is a core, they have to be a little bit worried about vulnerability to burst damage. Winter Wyvern and Weaver are both vulnerable. If they throw a Pugna on top of that, they could definitely mess them up. And they go Bat Rider.
Bat Rider.
Huh?
So off lane Bat Rider, I guess.
Pikachu's on Chaos Knight, so it's going to be a CK mid. At least he's their mid player. Right, playing in.
Okay, I actually think it's okay. CK probably matches up well against Tiny, because Tiny has crap armor until he gets 6, so CK can probably out-harass him a little bit.
Purge, who do you like, though? If CK's mid, well, give me one prediction if CK mid and if CK's not mid.
He won't be able to push as fast. It's not perfect. They might lane swap. They might just have like, oh, Pikachu feels better at Chaos Knight, so he'll go to some weird lane and put the Bat Rider mid. They might do something like that.
Do you think that the Final Tribe is going to be able to get a game in or?
I think Final Tribe can get this game, and I think it's an okay Tiny game. I think we'll be able to snowball a little bit. I think they can do it.
Okay. Will the sweep come?
The Bat Rider, I was trying to think on that. They do have a Shadow Demon to kind of respond, so.
Maybe you should adjust your hero list. Maybe that would help.
Who you got?
Look real quickly. Do my analysis. I'm gonna go. I'll go with TFT. I'll go with TFT. Yeah.
I'm gonna trust Kyle again. That CK is a S tier hero, and it got drafted way too late this time. So that's where I'm going with Defiant. Oh, it's a Pavaga, right? Pavaga have the CK.
What?
It's what?
Did Pavaga have the CK?
Yeah,
yes.
they had CK.
That's what I thought. Just making double check before I was like, fine. No, Pavaga, give it to me. Let's see if Kyle was right. As much as I hate saying those words out of my mouth, we're gonna get in that game.
Thank you very much, Roger. Yes, we are indeed. And Kyle, let's see if you are right. We do have the CK, very, very strong, as you say. One of these heroes that is just top tier pick material at the moment. They sort of begin the draft with it, and they close it out with a bat. We will see if it is the case that they are going to take this CK to the mid, as looks to be indicated with Pikachu playing it. But yeah, what do you think about these drafts?
I didn't like either last pick.
Yeah,
especially the bat. I get its theory, but I feel like the big tanky offlaners are just far more powerful. Was Tidehunter banned?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was, right? Like, I like Tide so much more because, like, who buys your Vlads now, right? Who's gonna get any sort of teamfight items for your squad? Like, no utility item buyer, and I think that's something just way too important to not have. Uh-oh. J4's dead.
Yeah, he certainly is. There's a lot of poison on this man. That'll be first blood going to Chessie as well.
And same deal, like, I hate Tiny mid in this kind of game. And I feel like the last pick Centaur is cool, but like, okay, now, like, who else is going to help the troll deal damage? You know, you have a lot of single target, you got a lot of stuns, but you don't have much against BKBs. I feel like both drafts are a bit suboptimal. I think Pavaga's playing better, but I feel like TFT's lineup is much easier to execute because they're just so strong.
I'm going to see and try for the rune. Chessie is able to take it away before Pavaga on top of it. Palantimos, he's got a run here, getting very low. Now he's got the salve to make sure that he can stay down in the lane as the creeps come in. And so the lanes, yeah, as expected by the panel, the mid lane Chaos Knight to go up against Chessie. And the top of the 1-for-1 is going to be the Bat versus the center in that 1v1 top. I mean, how do we expect these two sort of matchups to go?
Well, you can see right there, like the crits from CK. You just spam them on the 0 armor Tiny, and it's just way too much damage. That ability needs to be toned down. It's way too strong, level 1, I think. It needs a longer recharge time.
Yeah, I mean, what the 4-second cooldown straight from the off?
It's just
pretty crazy.
It's crazy. And the lifesteal component, it's like the numbers are just too good. Same with Lifestealer to an extent. Like, I think these heroes just got to be tweaked. But, you know, that'll take time. I feel like there's a big lane advantage for TFT, and then as soon as they're strong enough, like, how do you actually deal damage on Pavaga? Who's the lasso target in to pick off, right? All these heroes are just so strong. Nice.
I get Zibe there, yeah. Cheshire Cat getting 6 stacks. I mean, this lane, it's hard for Zibe to play, right?
Oh, for
if
sure.
he's on his own against a bat, he can't do that, surely. He will just die. He will just feed.
It is kind of the dream for your Earth Spirit, because you can actually find kills in every lane. And that is always the perfect game for this hero. So I think the... Oh, hang on.
They're going to try on bottom, but Hansken, he'll turn with the clap. See if they can close the gap. Palantimos should have another Shikuchi in a second. Is it going to be soon enough? No, it doesn't look like as Hansken will be able to get back behind the tower.
And so the Pavaga heroes are better as far as just like overall power level, but put together, I think their draft's just a bit too squishy. And at a certain point, TFT is going to have, you know, 2,000 plus HP on everyone but the Shadow Demon. And you have to commit far too much to find these kills. Like, Batrider is just very low damage as a hero. Sure, if he dominates the safe lane as he is, he went from 0-0 to 4-7 without allowing Zibe a single creep. So this is what we can expect from this matchup. Bat in the safe lane, just incredibly powerful against the Centaur. It's just a question of, you know, how farmed, how fat does he get? And Chessie already off to a great start because of that first blood. Has that really early bottle. He's happy.
And for now, keeping the Spirits, it seems, down bottom. So they can have the sort of matched aggression against the trial lane of TFT. Trying to do the best to slow down Frost Farm. 10 CS at the moment, though, so Frost not doing too bad. As it is Palantimos that needs to try and find a way to get himself back in. Does have a good wave coming in underneath the tower, so he should be able to pick up the majority of this. And that will help him close the gap between himself and Frost Troll. That's very nicely done there, not missing a single one under the tower.
It's always cool to watch, like even though it's, you know, it's just mechanics, right? But
yeah.
It's such a critical part of the game. It's nice to watch when things are done right. And this is what Zibe needs to be doing, and I expect to see him do for the rest of this laning phase. Yeah, you get crushed by Bat 1v1, but why even enter the lane?
Yeah.
Just hang out, back lane.
I mean, if you're the Bat, do you just have to farm under the tower, or do you head over and try and kill him?
The problem is that because creep waves are so just damn valuable now.
Yeah, you got to stay there, right?
Yeah, if he chases Zibe, right, he just takes the creep wave and runs down south with it, and yeah, Bat might kill you, but he's losing a creep wave or two at his own tower. It's never going to be efficient. Nice toss back from Chessie. That crit, dude. Watch this.
And Chessie is actually he's going to get underneath the tower. He's got point of rift.
Yeah.
Like he's got stun again in a second. That was just a what? That was a okay with the toss. He was playing that very on the edge, Chessie.
You see what I'm talking about with the CK lifesteal though? That's just too much damage.
I mean, either way, Chessie's out of health and mana. He's got to get out. Oh, there is a regen rune down bottom, which he would have been absolutely perfect for him. But of course, Spirit, LOL's going to be able to pick that up. So I mean, it doesn't die, but it has to walk back to base, Chessie.
Yep, I think that might actually be worse. And I like that play from the Earth Spirit. And it's just such a dream game for him because he can be so active around the map. He doesn't need to be bottom. Sometimes if you lose a hero in a tri lane, the enemy safe lane can just let's kill this guy. But because it's Weaver Wyvern and you don't have any real catch, like they're fine killing as 2 for like that 30 seconds if they need to. Still trading the lane troll a bit ahead, but they did start 2 versus 3, so it's to be expected. The top lane is just pure trade, but this certainly favors the Centaur, I think. Unless Batrider, because Batrider is just going to have to get involved really early. I hope he doesn't rush Blink. I think he needs like that bots drums build and just be active on that.
We see the bots
always.
rush seem to be particularly popular at the moment for bats. As quick kick away will allow Pavaga to get the bounty rune here. Palantimos actually looking for the wraparound, but the Shikuchi is handscan. Looks like he may be punished for this one. He's trying to do his best to run away, and looks like with that extra movement speed, it will be enough to get him out. In fact, they're going to turn. Disruption onto Palantimos. Palantimos has the 1 charges, though, as he gets himself back up with a decent amount of health.
I'd like to see him skill bugs. Just they're so good against Shadow Demon, Brew. Like effectively adds another, it's like a slow component because you have to stop and attack the bug, and or you're going to be walking around with like a Deso or 2 debuff minus armor on you after a few seconds.
Yeah, I imagine at least sort of having the second point of the Shikuchi just helps him get this CS in a lane where he knows he's struggling to farm. Yeah. So it's a little, so somewhere that he can sort of go for these harder CSs that he's been struggling to get. Just 1 for 1 at 5 minutes in, but yeah, across the lanes, a slight advantage for the cause of TFT, but very close.
And up top, you actually see the downside of chasing the Centaur. Bat goes all the way towards him up top, but Zibe just TP Shrine, heals himself to full, and Batrider lost at least 4 or 5 creeps underneath his tower. So it's high risk, and if you fail to find that kill, you lose a lot, whereas Zibe is like suddenly 12 CS ahead of the Batrider.
Yeah.
Like, he started 10 behind, right? But backlaning is just so effective. Centaur is like a poor man's axe in a lot of ways, and he has no problem clearing those creep waves.
Bottom lane, we'll have an attempt here onto Frost. Lol kicks him back. Frost has got the axes out. That will mean that Pavaga can't chase him any further. It's just down to the final tango. As, has also got the wand. Level 5 on Frost at the moment, and farm still continues to look very good for him on the safe lane troll, thanks to the backup of Hansken and Error in this tri lane. It's definitely it's going to be the catch-up game for Palantimos, but to be fair, we did see this situation pushed on him in game 1 of the series. Was far behind with the CS on the Lifestealer. It's going to be a bit of a different situation on the Weaver. In fact, TFT, they're trying to get aggressive. Damping's also going to be used. Hansken goes for the clap. Palantimos has to get his way out of here. He's got 14-1 charges, so should be fine. And yeah, he's out. 1 charge is popped. He's able to Sakuchi away.
I think if Han's going to be just a tad faster, I think he might have actually been able to find that killer. Sorry, if Era had like clicked it right as that 4th stack landed, it might have been enough, but Palantimos does have that good stick usage, ensures he'll survive. I don't know, this game is tough to read. I think both teams can win. Both teams have flaws within their draft. Pavaga, you've got to get like that initial kill and then utilize your heavy reach potential to chase for more kills. Get that 2nd, get that 3rd. TFT, you're all about like the team fights. Shadow Demon lands a nice save on somebody, you turn around, you kill the enemy Wyvern, and you utilize all your big team fight ultimates to win engagements, notably the Centaur and the Brew. It's very tough for Pavaga to fight into either one of these heroes.
Oh, Jesse. We'll get the toss underneath the tower to Pikachu into Zibbo, waiting there with the Who Stomp. Hansken TP's in with the clap. And a fantastic setup for Jesse. Gets the job done as Pikachu falls. And in a lane where Pikachu did have that slight edge in farm against the Tiny, now Jesse will be able to easily catch back up. On lane, roll in onto Era. Splinter Blast as well comes through from J4's Era. We'll go for the self-disruption. But no saving himself as the Shadow Demon will die to the aggression of the Weaver. Palantimos out before Hansken and Frost can fight back.
Top tower is under
yeah, close start and a slow start between both teams. 2 for 2 in 9 minutes.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like TFT though. They can buy all these tanky items, this utility. I don't see who can do that on Pavaga. Everyone, their 3 cores will have to be concerned about their own game, not ensuring that their team fight gains power. And Palantimos, yeah, he's just dead.
Yeah, he's just comboed down.
Centaur old man, what do? He's not even here, he's just farming top.
No, J4, a 2nd kill for them. Pikachu's going to try and move in with the Phantasm, dragging Era in. Does manage to kill the Shadow Demon very easily, but now potential turnaround as Chessie leads him with the Avalanche. They are still respecting the CK, being very careful how close they can get. Stuns out, Pikachu. Doesn't want to go any further for that one though. Even with Palantimos back in the lane, they just don't quite have the damage to deal with the Troll.
Yep, and all Troll has to do is that when the CK pops Phantasm, you make sure you get your Whirling Axes on him, and nothing CK can really do. His damage output later on in the game is all about Reality Rift, stun, like hit you with the Phantasms.
Yeah.
But when they all get 60% miss chance, like now what? What's the plan?
And Pikachu's still poking around with them here, this 10-minute markers though.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Hansken's ult, the Brew Dispel, that pretty much clears out the CK illusions. And yeah, that hero is probably one of the strongest in the patch, but you can't say that TFT hasn't game plan for it, especially considering just how damn tanky their whole lineup is going to be. CK is this burst damage carry. You just deal with his ultimate, I'm not too worried about him anymore.
No, not at all. They've got way better ways to deal with Pavaga's lineup compared to what they had in game 1. Yeah. Draft just making much more sense this time around for TFT. And still just the interest on how it's going to play off for Pavaga running this mid lane CK, something that we haven't really seen teams try. And so far, Pikachu has been farming very well in the bat too. A completely free lane for him up top. It's just a question of what he's going to be able to get done with that start that he was given with this very favorable lane matchup. Let's see what sort of impact his rotations can have. As Frost has queued up the Battle Fury. Looks to be the build that he wants to go for on the Troll. Palantimos is going to go for those early stats as Dragon Lance is next on the menu after the Treads. Just to give him a better chance of surviving through the massive amount of burst damage if he does get caught out by a disruption into Who Stomp or Avalanche.
Interesting game. Pretty passive. I'm surprised the laning phase has just stabilized like this for so long. I like what Pavaga did. They moved CK to the jungle because he can farm there. without losing health, and you just throw the Wyvern mid. Make sure he gets to a level 6 as fast as possible, because that's your real anti-team fight. Otherwise, they're just going to Centaur ult and run at you and always find that 1 or 2 kills. Wyvern ult, you can potentially peel, get that counter initiation going, throw out the bugs on 2-3 heroes. Then the Earth Spirit slow hits everyone. It's just a very easy way to turn fights around. One of those vintage EG combos back when PPD was still in the squad. Wyvern ES. Both kinds of ES, actually. Shaker and Spirit.
For the setup onto Hansken, straight on top of him, no chance. Fans going to put the primal split. They'll find one of the supports. Should be able to find the second as well. As Era chased down by Cheshire Cat with the sticky napalm. The first rotation coming in from the bat does end up in getting a couple of kills for Pavaga, as they'll now be able to push onto that tier 1 tower bottom. At the same time, Troll has moved straight up to the top lane and is looking to try and apply some pressure onto the tier 1 there. Cheshire Cat is back in the lane though to defend and keep the creeps off the tower.
Battle Fury Troll though? Ooh.
You're not a fan?
I don't know about that one. I feel like you wanted to play way more of an active style. You're going to get farmed in this game because your team is going to be stronger than the enemy, right? Battle Fury means that your Frost isn't going to look to get involved, and I think he needs to be. I think that your power as TFT is not in this split push farming style, but rather your ability to sort of just camp out in the enemy jungle, kill objectives, ensure your troll has utter freedom to just move around the map and farm as he pleases. Maybe I'd like at least the Yasha first, you know? And Battle Fury means that you're going to probably need to go BKB, second or third item. You won't have that mobility item like a Shadow Blade or a Blink. And Bat now has the ability to just kill Troll for the next 15 minutes or so. Until you get BKB, you're in big trouble. I just don't think it's the right read on how they're going to win this game, but, you know, I've been wrong before.
See Cheshire Cat is being hunted here in the trees. Can they find him? They've got the creep on the front. Oh! A nifty little flame break there to knock back the Centaur. Means that the stun won't come through, and the Bat's able to get away from that Stampede rotation.
The thing is that took so long to set up, I don't think it would even work because J4's there. If they manage to catch him, you just throw out your ult on something and he walks away, no problem.
It was in the neighborhood. And all this time was sort of hunting for the action top. We'll give a bit of space for Valentine on the other half of the map as he does start to climb back up and catch up as the Weaver. Still, of course, behind the 3 cores of TFT.
Does it always boggle your mind how there's like so many different types of mustard, but like only like really one kind of ketchup?
There's loads of different ketchups.
Not really.
Like spicy ketchup.
Yeah, but
there's like green ketchup. There's Pikachu. Oh, that's a nice curse. That's a very nice curse. Keeps Pikachu, well, safe for a little bit of time underneath the tower. Toss forward onto Zibe, though. That's going to allow them to kill him off. If they do end up getting the kill on Pikachu, Era has already fallen. See what else they can get with the Primal Split. They're looking towards the Earth Spirit. Stick charges popped and TP coming in from Palantimos. It's Pavaga looking to chase. They're on top of Chessie. Chessie tries with the toss back, but with the Firefly out for Cheshire Cat, Chessie's going to go down. Hansken as well. He's trying to escape, but they continue to keep the chase on with the Magnetize being reset by the rock placement, as it will be a 2 for 2 there in the middle lane. Maybe even more. Zibe. They are chasing him down. Another great flame break from Cheshire Cat, knocking him back closer towards them. He's got the Shrine Heal. Does also have Era by his side, but it doesn't look to be enough. The lasso was still there for Cheshire Cat. A disruption comes out, but he is still going to burn down. And now they're just going to turn towards Era.
What I tell you, get 1 kill, chase for more. You can't stop their pressure now. Once your big cooldowns are down, your team fight's busted, and this is where Earth Spirit, Weaver, Bat, like they just keep going. They're weaker, they're squishier, but if they've got you on the back foot, they're going to be able to chase you to your death, no problem. Like a pack of hyenas or wolves or something.
Yeah, well, we can see that with the odds there as well. Just 1.15 on Pavaga right now. So believing in the and the fact that they are to be the most likely to close the series out. I mean, the Bat, we said, you know, he's got to have a good time, a good showing after having that free lane up top. Those sort of rotations, those sort of fights, you really saw the Bat at sort of full power with the bots and the drums. Bottom lane, Pikachu in trouble. You're going to see Cheshire Cat come in, and again, he's just leading in. He's ready to look for kills against the 3 of them. Cheshire Cat's back.
He's going to go for more.
There's a Who Stomp, but with the drums, he's got good stats. He's pretty tanky. Is he tanky enough, though? He's not. Chessie will be able to kill him off. 3 heroes, just a little too much for the Bat to do it. But hey, he managed to get himself thrown in there and kill Frost at least. So did get the troll.
He was all by himself. Like imagine, and this is where Pavaga like demonstrates just a little bit of their inexperience. They make this play, you know, CK's being that aggressive, but his Earth Spirit had to heal and his Wyvern wasn't in the area.
Sure, yeah, if he has a +1, they kill all of those.
Exactly, and that's the strength. Like, yeah, TFT, you can commit, you can always find that initial kill, but then you're on cooldown. You don't do any damage, and sure, you're tanky, but you know, Tiny with no spells is pretty much just a big rock. It's a tough Shadow Demon game as well. Like, really tough, actually. Yeah. We're gonna have a very difficult time surviving. I don't know if I like this. Pavaga picked up 2 drums.
They do, yeah. Pikachu and Cheshire Cat.
If you're gonna go double Bracer, I think you've got to go for Midas. And especially just as CK, I think Midas is just always value. Look at his net worth.
Cheshire looking for the jump in onto J4. J4 gets a cold embrace off in time. He's keeping himself alive for a little bit of time, but surely will still fall. Does do so indeed, but it's made time for Pikachu to come in with the wraparound. Well, look towards Chessie. Chessie tries with the toss back, but already Cheshire Cat and Palantimos there as well. Ready to chase down the Tiny as Chessie will fall. See if they can get Hansken as well as to the high ground they go, giving the vision for the rift back from Pikachu. Hansken surrounded, silenced up, cannot escape this CK.
He's going top now. Oh, this is a sick play from the Batrider. He knows Trolls in the area, so he finds like
he is hunting. He's heading towards the camp.
I love that play. He won't expect this because it's like 5-10 seconds early because he left before they even got the kill. But now Era's here. Oh, they saw this coming.
They've even got the Stampede. Zibe, he's going to go in with the blink. They're going to look to punish this Cheshire Cat. He got a lasso off onto Frost. So it does sort of hold back some of the damage, not enough to keep him alive. As J4 not there quite in time. If he was there a second sooner, on top of the 3 of them, they would have killed more. But it still works out in the sense that Pikachu's able to be there in time to grab back the Centaur.
It is like, I still, like, look, you know, you can argue that Cheshire Cat was a little aggressive there. But I like that move.
Because you knew that was the move to go for. You needed to see the rest of the team react at the same speed.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've talked with Moon Meander a lot about this, discussing how sometimes the better players on inferior teams look worse because they're playing the game fast. Like, they're playing at a higher level, and their teammates just aren't reading the map. They're not making the moves as quickly. At high-level Dota, you need to make these things happen that 5-10 seconds early. Yeah. Because otherwise, you're going to miss that kill window. That should be a kill. There should be a Wyvern there. If he's there to ult on top of the Centaur as he blinks in, that's a triple kill once again. Like, Pavaga just not... They're just not quite there yet, and I look to the supports. They just need to be a little bit better at reading movements, and, oh, you know, could blame the cores as well. Maybe do a better job communicating, calling for help. Nice D-ward. So, like, I like the heads-up thing. This is how you have to play Batrider in this game. If you're going to last pick a Bat, he's got to try and take over, and he's doing the best that he can. He's used 5 drum charges already.
Yeah, I mean, 5, 2, and 6, though. You know, Cheshire Cat, sure, he did die those last 2 times, but his aggression has worked out more times than it hasn't. Mid lane, tier 1 being fortified. They are going to come in. Chessie's going to be able to get the last touch, so no chance for a deny from Pavaga. As TFT are around the pit, not really the best of lineups to go for the pit, so they won't look towards Roche as of yet. Chessie very close to having Echo Saber complete on top of the blink. And as we saw, Battle Fury's finished for Frost, so the farm is going to start picking up pretty quickly for him as he goes towards the S and Y. Centaur, Zibe having a Vanguard done to help against the damage from the Weaver and the CK. Yeah, Pikachu's rocking the Midas now.
I'm fine. Okay, I am much more comfortable with his drums into Midas. If he had skipped Midas, I would have been very, very concerned. But this is okay. They wanted to play aggressive.
Because that's the reason why you don't just get the Midas before the drums.
Yeah, and this is how you know it's a good Midas game when it's kind of it just comes across like organic, right? It's like it didn't change the way the game was played. It's just that, oh, you know, I'll get my Midas as like this next item. But there was never a moment where you're like, oh, hang on, guys, let me go retreat to my own jungle for a while. He was always active in the game. 90-second CD on that, and Weaver going for the Maelstrom. So this is good. Pavaga, they've done what they can with their aggression. I would have liked to see them take out mid-tower at some point, but now you're going to backpedal. Okay, guys, this is already almost guaranteed going late. The Troll's got a Battle Fury. We need to ensure that we have some method of scaling as well. TFT, they've got a couple Blink Daggers ready to go. Bruce split, Vlad's. You could just walk into Roche. I think that's the play. How do you can't team fight TFT. This is the strength of the draft. When they're clumped up as 5, and capable of taking some big engagement. A lot of pressure on J4 now to make some moves.
And they found Palantimo straight away. He needs back up now. J4's going to head over. He's going to hold onto the spells because they can rely on the lasso to control Zibe, dragging him into the trees. Winter's Curse is going to be locked down onto Chessie to deal with him later. Keep him in place during the stampede. Palantimo chases down Zibe, kills him before he's able to TP out. Pikachu with the Phantasm finds Zero on the back lines.
They know they're in Roche. Pikachu, get over there. Like, oh my god, TFT, you're in so much trouble. But
they're getting away with it. Chessie's going to draw attention away from the Roche pit, so Chessie will die, but it does mean they get Roshan. They get Aegis on Frost.
See, and that's again the inexperience of Pavaga. A good team, but they don't have anyone reading the map fast enough. You don't see Troll, you don't see Brew. You know that they've got to be in the pit, but oh god, Frost has no items.
If they can do it a second time. Chessie's got to buy back for this. They want to protect this Aegis.
Huge stun from
uses the fight to turn around. Chessie is out of position and no backups there. TFT, they will force Pavaga away. Pavaga will just instantly back up.
That was really sick. I don't think it would have made a huge difference, but I just love that Zibe, even though he's dead, he does have the Helm of the Dominator, not a typical Centaur item. And he's still active, you know. There's a lot of players, they die sometimes, hands off the keyboard. And, you know, others never GG, never give up, and always trying to do their best to ensure their team is the optimal shot at winning engagements. A little cinematic. Those wards are huge. Holy crap. It's a totem.
It's about big as a tree.
Yeah.
We'll see what the case is going to be in that middle lane, as they were about to go on to Palantimos. I imagine he should get out. I think he's still got stick charges, so he should be able to Shikuchi away from the Tiny. But a close game at the moment, 3.6 for TFT. And obviously, this is the odds on the complete series, so you would be betting on them winning this game and the next game. It's been a close one so far, so some would say that 1.23 on Pavaga was pretty value.
So this is cool. It's like a movie. I want to like go to the shopkeeper and have him just start talking to us. Like,
there we go. And yeah, Palantimos was able to Shikuchi out of the Avalanche. Going for that Skadi next, continuing to build the stats so that he's less likely to get burst. I mean, we saw already just now on that attempt on him in the middle lane, the numbers weren't quite enough. I think, what was that? There was sort of the center and the Tiny going on him, and the Magical didn't quite insta-kill him. So he was able to get away.
I'd really like to see Zibe pick up like an aura creep. You know, I like what he's done with the Centaur, but you've got enough disable. You have 3 armor. Please, get an Ice Ogre if you can find one. That's the key creep here. Because you look at the damage of Pavaga outside of Bat, it's mostly physical. Yep. And that magical damage is burst primarily, unless you clump up and take some sort of poor engagement. But I don't know. I think they're playing this right, though. Just let Troll push towers. You're so strong. As long as you don't get picked off, you really shouldn't be able to lose a fight here. And while I didn't really like the Troll Battle Fury at first, you know, if you're going to play this sort of style of game.
Yeah, if you can get away with it.
Yeah, you can trust that. Like, at this point, yeah, of course. Now it looks good. But
it was a risk at the time.
But again, go back to those earlier engagements. I think Pavaga could have easily, instead of trading, you know, Bat for nothing, those could have been 3 for 0, 2 for 0s, and all of a sudden, then they're the team with Roche. They're the team with map control. They're the team taking mid tower. And instead, all controlled, going the way of TFT. The better team fight draft. You got to be careful here if you're Pavaga. You need some sort of pick off. You need optimal initiation, but can you get it?
See what Cheshikot's able to grab. He's looking to lead him. Pikachu's got the Phantasm ready to go. There's the jump forward. They'll grab Hansken back in. Hansken, can he get the ult off? He can. The Primal Split is out successfully. They have the control onto Pikachu. Pikachu's just getting locked down.
His Phantasm
CK is gone. And now the rest of Pavaga in trouble as the Earth Spirit comboed by Chessie. He's trying to get himself away with the roll-off, but he cannot get it off. That's 3 dead on Pavaga. Make that 4 by the looks of it as Palantimos found in the river. He's got one more Shikuchi, but the poison is on him. 2 stacks shouldn't be enough to kill him.
Aragorn! Oh.
So Palantimos will manage to make it out, but still 3 dying. And that was Pavaga looking for a fight, but quick reactions. And just the fact they didn't kill this brew in time, they have to make sure Hansken can't get the Primal Split off.
And comparatively, Chessie was immediately able to blow up the Wyvern. Instead of blinking out, he blinks in, and as soon as Wyvern dies, the counter initiation of Pavaga disappears. And you can just see the power of this lineup. As you said, brew split off, okay, fight's over. Good luck, folks.
5k lead off the back of that action now for TFT. Frost Troll starting to get seriously propelled ahead. So he'll be going for the Satanic next. So continuing to
That's
just
really good
beef
here.
up.
Look at all the stuns on the enemy side. The status resist. Oof. I think we'll have only 3 items in the game that give status resist right now.
Hera did head out a little far on his own, and Pavaga were waiting for him. So Shadow Demon is out of the game. Possibly hold off TFT for doing any sort of maneuvers for now. Bit of split push pressure from Palantimos. He did start to tickle the top tier 1 tower.
Oh, and you see in the last fight, by the way, Hanskin's AoE Dispel from the Storm Panda just killed the Phantasm.
Like it was just
gone. It killed the Phantasm. That was it. That's all you need to counter a CK ultimate. Your 4 positions, Blue Panda. And he still, of course, has other utility involved during the duration of the split.
No, it's
He's got a blink
crazy.
now, too. That's sick.
Like, yeah, they have to. They just can't let him split. If he splits, the fight's pretty much over for Pikachu.
Yep. I mean, the play, what you have to do as Pikachu is you actually need to just kill the Storm Panda. So
Yeah, I guess you can also kill
if
it.
if you're Earth Spirit, you want to, someone has to be watching and looking to silence it right away. Silence or stun the panda before he can get into position. The blue panda, that is. Because it has 1,000 HP. It will die. And then your CK is free to actually make some moves.
Oh, Jesse finding J4.
Nice.
Out on his own. And now they're up into the base. Jump forward, in fact, onto Pikachu, popping the Primal Split. Pikachu's going to pop the ult, but it's gone.
Yeah, 1 for 1. You trade that, that's a 4 for 1.
Yeah, that's a 2-minute cooldown ultimate gone for Pikachu. No Phantasm now for the defense. Palantimos will TP
Weaver,
back.
are you sure you want Weaver? What? Whoa, what? What? What?
Wow, hi, hold up. That was just...
That's a buy one, get one free special.
I mean, that was just awful. Why did he do that?
I love you, Owen. Oh, man. I don't think anybody
dear.
knows.
Oh, I mean, okay, they're buying back. They're buying back on the 2 of them, and we'll see what they can do. They're going to look to chase and try and catch something, but Hanskin's already out. They're not going to be able to get their hands on anyone. That's 2 buybacks gone. That was
What?
a very bad sort of 10 seconds of gameplay there from Pavaga.
Is bad a strong enough word?
I mean, I guess that he started the TP. Was it just like he doesn't want to stop because if he stops, he can't get back to the base anyway?
Did you ever watch The Office?
No, I don't watch TV.
So there's this scene, and it's very sad, actually. It hurts me. But there's this, down on his luck character named Kevin. His one joy in life is making chili. There's this day he's super proud. He brings this delicious chili to the office, and you know what he does?
Wow.
Spills it all over the floor.
Well, yeah, but he didn't spill all of it, surely. So there's like a little bit left in there. Does he have to tidy it, or have they got like cleaners?
I don't know. I think it ends after.
Oh. Doesn't sound very. It sounds a bit sad, really.
It's very sad. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of the whole show. It's funny
Oh.
because it's sad.
Was the chili any good? I mean, did he intentionally? Did he like mess up the chili? It wasn't actually that good, so he was just like, oh, whoa.
I don't know.
Guess
dude.
no
Have you
one's
ever
eating it now?
Have you ever had someone's like family recipe chili? It's usually
Nah, that's very
damn
that's
good.
very American, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me Brits love their beans, but they don't make chili out of them? Is that
No, I
what
mean
you're saying?
we do chilies, but you get it down the pub. No, it's not really.
All right.
Oh, this guy again. Watch out, Palantimos.
There we go.
There we go. That's a Winter's Curse and a Harper. Chesty's there on the back lines with the
Hanskin's
avalanche combo. He's
gonna
going to be able
die.
to kill the Wyvern. See if Pavaga can get more out of this. They've killed the Panda. Can they get more Frost? It's looking towards LOL. They do turn with the stun. Palantimos is getting a fair bit of damage out now. LOL does fall. A punch to the back from Chessie. Ends the life of the Earth Spirit. Pikachu and the others, they do TP out.
See, if that fight had happened, 5-10 minutes ago before that misadventure in their own base, that's the sort of fight Pavaga cleans up, right? But because they're so far behind, like, they just don't have the damage to kill anybody. Like, both the Troll and the Centaur are too beefy for Pavaga to look to pursue for that extra 5-10 seconds to land kills. Now you have Bruce Split, and a bunch of big spells are on cooldown. You're just walking into the base. That's a dead Rax.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright, you
it's
take
already
those.
pretty dead anyway. TFT will be able to finish up
no
the
one
mid
from
lane.
Pavaga's here. Not a single hero is in base. They're going to lose 2 Rex. They have no glyph.
They have
get all 4
TPs?
bounty runes, but hello? C9?
They got to them. I don't know.
What's happening?
Dire's top barracks
Seems a
are
bit awkward, really. Pavaga just letting that one go.
They let both go. That's 2.
He didn't
Another
have
2 for 1
So J4
special.
didn't have a TP.
Dude,
Valentine did, but maybe he's still sort of got PTSD after last time he TP'd back to the base. He's like, I'm not TPing back there again.
Man, the Swedes, like, they're used to shopping at Lidl, but I don't think they expected to get those sort of deals in their Dota games.
By getting them. Do you have Lidls in Sweden?
Oh, yeah. It's big. That's like...
I say it's German, right, mainly. I guess it's
Yeah.
everywhere in Europe,
Oh,
really,
yeah.
isn't it? It's all over Europe.
I don't know. That's like... I went to visit the Blomdens in Sweden like a few years ago. Lidl was like their thing, man. In America, you'd have more like 7-Elevens. Oh, nice shot by Zibe.
Yeah, Zibe.
Right on top of the
He was ready to read that. And Palantimos, he's dead. He doesn't have buyback. He's gone for 100 seconds. I believe he spent out on the Skadi. No, it was still on cooldown, I guess, either way. It's GG. This is there. Oh, dear. Pavaga. What happened? That's such a great game 1. This game 2 was a pretty flip-flop ending there. It was just over and done.